Last week on Friday, took possession of our house, 10110, our new place. We found our new spot. And we left a lot of money at the door. Bye-bye. You did a little transfer, you know. You say goodbye to this, and you say hello to something else. We say hello to the possession of a house. And the first thing that Maureen and I both did, and it was interesting because we did it at different times during the day, knowing we'd be going last Friday to walk through the door of the house for the first time, opening up that door to this new thing, was we both gathered all of our pictures from our favorite spots of our altar. These aren't all of them. And we both walked through the doorway, and we went right to the mantel place in the middle of the house above the fireplace, and we set up our altar, as we do everywhere we go. Our altar that says to us in our hearts, with Buddha, and Kuan Yin, and Jesus, and Amma Bhagwan, and the holy sandals, the holy feet of God, that we are going to devote this house, this outer house, to the inner workings of spirit. That no matter what happens in this outer house, no matter how obsessed we become with this possession, and it's only been a week, and we've already seen big signs, lots of things in a house, no matter how good it is to become obsessed about it, that we are going to let this place be a symbol of our devotion to awakening. Every time you get up in the morning and you meditate, every time you do a Course in Miracles lesson, every time you choose to come to a meditation class, you're saying to the beloved, I know about all the rest, but I want my heart to be open to the blessing of Spirit. I want my heart to become an altar to the living God. Yeah, every moment, that's what we want in our lives. We don't always practice perfectly. That's why we come together, to be reminded of what we need to remember most. There was a game, I know you probably remember it, that you used to play as a kid. It was called musical chairs. I hated musical chairs. Here you were, this little 4-, and 5-, and 6-year-old, and the music would start to play. And you jump to get a seat, because there was always one chair less than there was a person to sit in it. That was supposed to be fun. Yeah? And the music would play again. And at the end, somebody was always left out. What kind of game is that to play? A game where you're always left out. No matter what you do or how you do it, there's always somebody who's left out. When we think about Lynn Twist's book, The Soul of Money, and we talk about the toxic myths of scarcity that we all live in, it's a great example. Everybody has this feeling of something missing. I'm going to miss out. If I'm going to win, it must mean somebody else has to lose. You only go around once in life. Grab all the gusto you can. It's more for me. Acquisition. I want more. Or otherwise I'll be left out. If I don't grab that seat and take it, I'll be left out. My children will be left out. So I go to grab all that I can for myself. And this is a delusion. It's a trick of the mind. It's reptilian brain, fight or flight, hanging out in the jungle, still playing itself out in the world. And it just doesn't work. It's the way we set up our government and our economy, and how we set up how we live in this world. Always feeling like there's something missing in me. I'm just not quite good enough. And if I don't move fast and go forward, somebody else is going to take it away from me. Can anybody identify with that feeling of musical chairs and feeling like somehow you're going to be left out? We talked last week about the connection that we all have to Spirit. We say that this is the wellspring of love, abundance that we come from. And this doorway is in our imaginary thought of stepping into our world of physical life. Thought, word, deed, habit, and characterization. And that first thought that we had when we went to sleep was the toxic myth of not enough, or not enough. And it ties a knot in our connection to Spirit. It literally does. So it still flows through, but we feel all knotted up with not enough. Not enough. I'm just not enough. And so I need to find something that's missing in me. The prodigal son said to the daughter, go, have a good time, but don't get caught up. And of course we do. That's why we need teachings. So the first not is not enough, a deficiency. There'll be a chair left out. I need to go for it, and I need to get more. That's the first myth. The second myth that she talks about in our wonderful book, The Soul of Money, is, well, if I'm not enough, if we're not enough, well then, more is better. What I need is some more. That's the second knot we tie in our being. More is better. I need more. I'm not good enough, so I'm going to go get some more. We want more. I want more. I want more energy. I want more good looks. I want to be shorter. I want to be taller. There's something missing in me, and I got to go find it, and I need more of it. We all suffer from this. Collectively, it's called the GNP, the gross national product. And it's gross, because what it's doing is it's wrecking the planet that we live on. It's destroying the air we breathe, the water we breathe. Everybody going to get more. I just need more. We do it with our spiritual practices. It's Deepak on Friday, Marianne Williamson on Saturday, and Pema Chodron on Sunday, and Monday, what's next? What's next? I want more. We all do this. We're all addicted to the movement of more. I said that I just got back from visiting some folk in Florida, and I was at a particular house where this particular home has been remodeled 5 times in 7 years. Wow. Always with the promise that this time I'm going to be at peace with what I have. And I noticed that never comes. They sit down, we sit down in the new furniture with the new painting and the new walls. This has been moved, that's been rearranged, like rearranging deck chairs and furniture on the Titanic. Always hoping that somehow this will be the one that will be the one that will deliver. And it never does. It's a myth. It doesn't work. And so you and I who are doing these teachings are looking to break out of that cycle of more is better, more is better, more isn't better, more is just more. We said last week, if what you have already isn't enough, why would you want more of it? More. We begin to look for more and what's missing rather than what's present, and be blessed with what we have. I'm doing it already in my house. It's an addiction with me, this more thing. When I first got into the house, everything was so beautiful and sparkly with the freshness and newness. And now after 3, 4, 5, 6 days, I'm looking out at the backyard, and I'm noticing that there's big bald spots and there's sand coming through on my grass. Wow, look at those bald spots. I need to get some grass in there. And now what I do is every time I look out the back window, rather than seeing the trees and the mockingbirds, I see the bald spots on the grass. More is better. You see, it's not about not taking care of the lawn. It's about your focus shifts when you're always looking for what's missing. Guess what? You find it. Because our God says yes. What do you want? Yes. Here's some more. And here's some more. Is it enough? Here's some more. Would you like some more? Here's some more. Here's some more. I grew up with my father, who had this boat called the Reality. And as my dad's wealth got larger, his reality got bigger. It went from a 22-foot Owens to a 27-foot Chris Craft to a 32-foot to a 53-foot. It always got bigger. And my dad would buy these boats, and then he would completely gut them and start over again with them. He put new engines in, he put in teak decks, new railing, everything was chrome. And he'd end up loading these boats down with so much stuff that literally he would get rid of the boat when he could no longer lower the water line any further without sinking the boat. So every time we pull into a marina, we never really enjoyed the reality we were on because there was the boat that just pulled in. Oh, I think I'm going to get that fly bridge on our boat. I'm going to have that done next year. It's going to cost about $39,000, but that's going to make me finally. Do you hear what I'm saying? And we sink. Our boat sinks. So we buy a new one and do it all over again. It never delivered. It was never enough. Enough already, right? Enough already. And then you love what you've been given. You see who's in front of you. You enjoy your children. You don't wait for them to finally graduate from college. That'll happen all on its own. You won't need to do anything. You enjoy the moment that you're in. You don't put your life on pause waiting for the next thing to happen. You enjoy the moment that you're in. And my friends, this will take all of your vigilance to do this. It's not about adding more stuff on top of stuff. It's about subtracting those meaningless things that have no purpose, so we can love the things that do, and love the places where we are, and be present with the people who need us to be present. The one who is most present wins, because you understand the presence is right here and right now. And you don't miss the opportunity to get out of scarcity. Scarcity on both sides. Oh, there's not enough people coming. Oh, there's too many people coming. I have so little, now I have so much. And when it's based on scarcity, it still doesn't feel like it's ever enough. Or someone might take it away. So you live in a constant state of fear and anxiety. It will take vigilance, a willingness to come back to the altar of our own consciousness again and again and ask for help to step out of the religion of Moreness. Thich Nhat Hanh, great Buddhist teacher, was asked about the bardo of the hungry ghost. It's the hell realms when you talk about the realms of the Buddhist mythology. And someone said, well, what is the hungry ghost? He said, the hungry ghost is a being with a very large body cavity and a very small mouth. No matter how much they eat, it's never enough. And someone said, well, can you give us an example of that? And he said, America. Watch and see. Just for a moment.
Rich keep getting richer. Now to reach the top of the Forbes richest Americans list, you have to have billions. One of these billionaires, Ted Turner, says the magazine's ranking makes them want to get even richer.
You're on this list, you see, and you want to move up the list. You want to be number one. Nobody will ever catch Bill Gates. Warren Buffett isn't going to catch Bill Gates.
You billionaires look at this magazine and say, I want to be
higher. Of course they do. Absolutely. Just like Michael Jordan looks at the basketball. Well, who's the scoring champion? You know,
everybody wants more.
Sure, that's capitalism.
But in America, capitalists are vilified. People hate them.
Who does?
It's part of the culture.
No, Snidely Whiplash. Do not foreclose the mortgage. Fix 40 below zero.
So wear a sweater. America is about competition and rising above that competition. That's at the basis of what makes our economy and our society tick.
Isn't that greed?
Well, sure it's greedy.
And most of us will act greedily given a chance. This is what happens when Pauline Basement holds its quarterly wedding dress sale.
We're going to play a game.
Psychologist Julian Edney tests people's greed by putting dollar bills in a bowl and saying, at the word go, you can get as many dollars for yourself as you can. But every 10 seconds, if there's money left, he'll double it.
If there's $2 left in the bowl, I will put another $2 in.
But the game ends if the contestants empty the bowl. So what happens?
Ready, steady, go.
They could have made more money if they just left half the bills in, but they don't work that out. Even when we let them do it again, and again. Most of us want more.
You hear this now? There's a rush to that. When I heard the Michael Jordan part, I wanted to leave it out. Because a part of me, hey, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, I want to look big and good and have lots of people love me. But what I've noticed about being good and big and having lots of people love me, there's never been enough people loving me enough. And there never will be. It doesn't exist. I get the new car and then the windshield breaks. I get the house and then there's bald spots in the backyard. I get the house and let my dog play in the backyard and the dog runs in with dirty paws and jumps up on the couch. You know, it's never enough, whatever it is.